Okay, let us continue on with some more, live, speedrun single story, runs. This time, it's another short one, so we've only got this one, and then we've got the Middle Ages chapter, and the Middle Ages chapter is like 40 minutes. It's another instance of Imperial China where there's a lot of movement and a lot of other stuff, but it's also got to do with a lot of the fights as well, so that's a long one. And then the Dominion of Hate's like 20 minutes or something, but it's actually like not that hard to get through. So that is the goal, I guess you would say. We are going to, today's stream is like another single story speedrun. Wild West this time, which is around 10-15 minutes, I think, if we do it correctly. So it'll be another probably 2-hour stream or so. Let me make sure everything's working before I get started. Otherwise I'm gonna be fumbling around, looking for things to sort out, but this should be good. Some there, and that is done there. Alright, so, still got 2 more to go after this. Although schedule upcoming, obviously, since we started Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster yesterday. Tuesday through Friday will basically be Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster until we finish it. Assuming that we do finish it before then, we'll do more speedrun stuff to get those knocked out of the way. If we finish it after Friday, then obviously Saturday is going to be Mario Party for the last time. Sunday is going to be a free day. Either be more Pixel Remaster or setting up stuff, which might, because there won't be any speedruns that day. And Monday is back to Marvel Rivals, and then eventually, once I finish my speedrun stuff off, I will play more Marvel Rivals until we get more other things sorted out, so I'll be trying to play that more consistently. And that'll be for longer as well, so you can look forward to those in the future too. So yeah, those are the plans out of the way. Most of the rest of this week, Tuesday through Friday, Pixel Remaster until we finish it, then I'll do speedrun stuff if we finish before then. Saturday, Mario Party for the last time, hopefully. With a couple of mini games and a few other things to do as well. Sunday will probably be more Pixel Remasters or potential setup for things. Monday will be... Monday will end up being... Rivals again, so... yeah, we'll figure it out from there. Sunday could even potentially be Rivals, now that I think about it, but we'll just have to wait and see. Although it probably won't be. So, I guess before we begin, this one here is actually, there's a few fights and just a lot of movement, but we'll definitely finish this within the 2 hours, I think, today. So, it'll take me a little bit of getting used to, because there's a few little bits and bobs for this particular run. We don't want to let the autosave, so let's just get things going, because I mean, I'm only going to be streaming for about 2 hours today. And we can get a lot of runs done, so I don't really think I have anything else to talk. I guess the other last thing I should mention is after yesterday's stream, not next week, but the week that we start Mario Party, because Allison's probably going to wreck me in the Mario Party stuff, I will have a counter up of all the wins and losses that we have, and also because of what happened in the previous stream with the puzzle, I have to wear the Pikachu onesie for that stream, because I dug my own grave with that one, so... Only 3 more things to go. Middle Ages will be the last normal story to do, then we've got Dominion of Hate, and then we have finally Wild West. So, make sure that everything's working. Get everything ready to go, and let's just get straight, I guess I should, yeah, we'll just get started. I don't really have anything else to talk about, so, 3, 2, 1, go. This chapter can be a little bit weird, but once I get the hang of it, it'll. I just need to. I think the one thing that I could make a mistake on is the which items go where. And yes, you can die in some of these fights against Mad Dog, depending on what happens. Obviously, this should be we should be able to win from here, because Hollow Point will do should do enough damage. If we get the counter, it's basically an automatic win. I'm not sure why I have the bar fight split, but because that doesn't really change. It's just literally go to the bar and thing. I think I just want to have something there to set it. Now I gotta get used to what the ambush setup stuff is. I think everything's the same except for one thing. From what I remember, you gotta talk to like everyone. Actually, no, you gotta leave first. Leave first, then go and talk to everyone. So this is basically a Western world, where you need to, it's like the Magnificent Seven. Gotta go around, set up a bunch of traps. The only thing I have to remember to grab now is, when we come back to the sheriff's area, there's... when we come back to the sheriff's area, there is a... we gotta go and grab a poster. From what I remember, it was... second chest for the dynamite. Then the gun here. And then, yeah, that's what it is. It's been a while since I've done this one chapter. And then we go Mad Dog recommended equipment. Yeah. Once I remember what the order is, I'll think it's been a little while since I've touched this chapter. And then here we want the yeah, we want the shovel here. Shovel here. Let me go west into here, yeah. Obviously, once I've got the layout set, we'll be okay. Grab the oil here. I think we go down, right? And then we grab the pan. Yeah, that makes sense. Oil in the thing, pan in that area. Then we grab the thing we're next door again. Yeah, this now I remember this part. Here we go down here, we go through this door. For the rope. And then, yeah, so we're not as fast. Normally you can get that done. That first dong will happen at the outs when you're heading back to the, you grab these. When you're heading back to, get the carrot, the horse manure, and the bottle, and then we want to say yes, so we can make a bottle fire. So now the only other thing that changes, I think, in this route is we go, we need to make sure we grab the poster in the sheriff's, sorry, in the saloon. We never used to do that before, but now this gets rid of all the, basically it gets rid of all the enemies. Instead of having to fight an enemy plus the boss, we fight just the boss. I think it's this one. This should be it. Yep. Alright, so that should be everything. So now we need to start setting traps. So we want them to set a trap. You've got to remember that I can skip certain dialogues. So we go dynamite first. So the way this works is basically we need to talk to certain characters, tell them to set traps, and it will take so long for them to be able to do that. So we want to give Billy the slingshot. Certain characters will also be better at using certain things. And some characters can't use those effectively at all, so this is going to be a test to make sure that my notes work. So now we can bypass time. The sheriff should be back. Oh, money's not even back. Talk to Annie in the west. It's like the news had tried to do that, and talk to Barkeep do that, and then use that. Maybe I just keep doing that. Okay, now the sheriff is back. Give the sheriff the poster, I think. After we give him the poster, we talk to Dallas. Give them the shovel. Wait, no. Wait, what? Why is this out of order? Frying pan could use that to the sheriff, check the poster, talk to Annie. Annie's supposed to be back. She's not back. Okay, something's wrong here. Maybe some of them take longer than others to do. So she's supposed to have the who did I give the shovel to? Did I give someone the wrong... I think I gave someone the wrong thing. Did I already give Annie the shovel? Hang on. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I know that this is not right, but I might need to look up what to do. Rope. And Clint gets the... Give Clint the, carrot. Do this until the sheriff returns. I guess we'll see if this is correct or not. Sheriff, give them the manure. I guess we'll find out. Who's supposed to have the frying pan? Did I miss the... Annie was supposed to have the frying pan. For some reason I didn't even have... She hasn't even done that yet. Except for... I knew something was missing. And then she's supposed to do the bottle of fire, so... Hopefully she gets back in time. This is not right, but yeah, this seems very slow. My notes look like they're incorrect. I don't know why. All right, let's see if we can. Now we should be okay. Now we pretty much just go to the barkeep and keep saying to do this. Now this should leave us with no. There should be no enemies here. If it's correct, I just need to reorganize the order. I might even like do it live on stream. Just fix my make my notes easier to read. If this doesn't work, then I'll just reset. It's fine. Because obviously it's gonna matter. Like I don't know what to do if it fails. I'm not gonna. Oh, that was supposed to be split there for that. I think that's where I split for the ambush. Alright, let's see how many enemies are left. There should be none. Assuming that it's been done correctly. Okay, but I've done it correctly. I just need to reorder what to do. Alright, we can also easily lose this fight. Right. I'm gonna go down. And now we just keep doing Texas Jitterbug. Yeah, okay, this is what works. This fight is consistent for me. Yeah, we want to get rid of this now. Okay, never mind. So I should have moved. I thought I was gonna get a move before, but it's fine. Not gonna matter anyway. Like I can always retry that, but that fight's definitely faster. We'd also only got the. Usually, if you get 3 shots, it's enough. I think I had too many misses there. Alright, so maybe it's just a matter of cleaning up the notes, because I don't know what the fastest time that I have with this is, but a no death run of this is still good. I used to die on this one a lot. Very similar to the last one. If we get counter from this, then we should be able to
Who's that Pokemon?
just use Hollow Point again. I'm not even sure what like my fastest time is on this. Okay. Let me make sure I save this real quick. I'm gonna check my 80% time actually. Let's see. Any percent time for this chapter is my best time is like a 14:05, but I haven't tried the new strats yet. So obviously I know where I went wrong here. There was just a lot that I forgot. But like Mad Dog 1 and Bar Fight went basically where you want them to, so did Mad Dog 2. And then ODO's fight outside of him getting Gatling Barrage, which was just because I had the thing. Pretty much that's the way you want the fight to go. If you can finish the fight typically in like 3, sometimes 2, actually. Sometimes you can finish the fight in 3 Texas Jitterbugs, depending on how many hits you get. Sometimes you can end the fight in 2 Texas Jitterbugs and a hollow point. And then sometimes that happens, but for the most part it now basically avoids the... especially if he turns around enough as well and breaks, because Texas Jitterbug can break Gatling Barrage. So the only thing I need to improve on with this is going to be the... it's going to be the parts with... the parts with the... making sure I give the right characters the items, I guess, because I think I know where I went wrong. So let's replay that again. Again. Okay, yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. Let's do this again. So 15:26 was my first time. I made a lot of mistakes there, just not remembering where to go. So we should be able to cut down on that quite a bit with enough time. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with. I might need to change my notes for this to make it so that it's a lot easier to read. Just so I need to remember what I might actually go and quickly write down which things I'm gonna do. Okay, good thing it starts on like hollow point immediately. So much can go wrong with these fights unless something misses. We can also be paralyzed. That's another thing as well. Like, but you're not going to save that much time. Paralysis can happen. If that does happen, then chances are you're probably going to lose, because they'll get more attacks off, depending on what they decide to do. But other than that, you'll be okay. So the only things I'll probably save a lot of time on here will be movement and not dying. I guess the only other thing I can think of is to make sure that, like, when you dialogue skipping here is important, because some of the dialogues can be just mashed through, and they only have the one bit of dialogue. But I'm not sure which ones. think the mariachi ones might, but... Yeah. I think the mariachi ones have unique dialogue. You gotta talk to everyone, and then basically, now you just grab all the items. Alright. Now I just gotta remember where the items are. But at least the one important thing for me is we know the characters that I have to select are the correct ones for they're the correct ones. Something that I didn't actually know about this game is the person whistling here is actually like a famous whistler. I think they have like a YouTube channel where they just do a lot of content based around that, which is pretty interesting. Just remember the poster, that's the one thing. Alright, actually this and say yes. Can't skip the dialogue here, can't skip any of it. So, you know if you're making good time on this section, if the first dong goes off and you're basically on your way to... Yeah, so we're a bit slower than what you'd normally be, but you can be around this point and you'll hit the first dong, or sometimes you'll be in the thing, but you know that you're on at least a good track if you're hearing it around the point where you leave that area. So now we do the actual setup itself. So it's like okay, Sheriff, give them dynamites. Sheriff dynamite. Billy gets the Billy gets the slingshot. Annie gets the frying pan. Then we do the barkeep stuff. Pass some time. Welcome in, Chris. Then now that pass the time, we talk to Sheriff. We go and say, hey, we want you to put up the poster for us. Then Annie gets the... Welcome in, Chris. Hope that you're doing well. Hope that the stream's still going good. I'm just trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. Shovel. Dallas gets the rope. Dallas gets the rope. Clint gets the give Clint the carrot. Yeah, this is much more consistent. Okay. Now we go to the barkeep. We tell him to keep pouring doubles until the sheriff comes back. Did a raid out to help another streamer with 3 viewers. Got him at 6. Nice, nice. That's always it's always nice to be able to raid. Bottled Fire is next, and then we want to talk to Annie. She's supposed to be back, but for some reason she wasn't back. Okay, now we give the... Oh, I gave the wrong characters the... Never mind, I gave the wrong characters the thing. I just realized that now. I did the wrong thing. Hopefully this doesn't matter. We'll just wait and see. I'm assuming that it's okay. Again, we have plenty of time to save. It's always good to raid out though. That's what I like to do. Had to end stream early. Haven't been feeling well. Stream messing up a few times. It's fine. You'll figure out what's wrong. I don't really know why it's doing that. Okay, I made a mistake with one of the things. Let's see if it makes any difference. If it doesn't, then it's fine. I can make that mistake, but obviously we're gonna know in a second. Everything else I think I'm fine with. It says something about your Wi-Fi being bad. I don't know how that could be. Wait, what did OBS tell you that, or the streaming software? What told you that it was bad? Alright, moment of truth now. Let's see if the let's see if we are missing any, if we still get the guy by themselves. Twitch themselves? Oh, I don't know, I've never seen that before. Okay, it still works. Okay, never mind, that making that mistake is fine. Pass until he moves at least 3 times. Okay, that's perfectly fine. You can... Just waiting for him to start moving. Again, as long as I don't get targeted, it's fine. I don't really care about what happens to... Okay. Never mind, he ended up turning around to that. I'm still not sure why that's happening, but... I think it's because you're hoping that he breaks. It's still fine though. Like we're gonna save a lot of time, but we can obviously keep doing better. It's kind of RNG at this point. I don't think I'm doing anything wrong with the fight. Now I know that I get encoding problems that Twitch tell me about, but it's weird because I used the same settings that I did on Twitch Studio than I did on OBS, and it's telling me, oh, you can't stream at this quality, even though I streamed at this quality before, so... I don't know. I honestly don't know what's going on with Twitch. I know that, like, that's the other part about it as well. I'm thinking it might be better not to pass. I think that might be the one thing that's good to go paralysis. I think that's what we have to do. I'm gonna, if I have the opportunity to do Hollow Point, I'm gonna do it, because it just seems like that's what's killing me. Yeah, I think that's what we do. That's the chance to do Hollow Point. If I'm gonna pass and not do anything, I may as well just shoot, because it gives me actual damage. In the off chance that he does Gatling Barrage on the one character. Especially as he can do it when he's not even facing them, which is weird. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know what's really going on with Twitch. Okay, that was much better. Obviously, main things we can improve on there is just faster inputs at the ambush area. We still died in the ODO fight, but getting it with barrage. I'm thinking what I do in that case is instead of just passing with Sundown, I might just do Hollow Point just to do the extra damage, because Jitterbug is still doing really good, but I keep getting hit. I don't think that's what I'm supposed to do, but it's like I'm looking at the actual notes and it's like, yeah, like Sundown doesn't do anything until after, so it could just be luck based, but at least I know that that works. The only thing I need to do is trying to remember what to do with, I'm not sure how much faster I'm going to be able to be with this. Let me just save this. But how, like, what's the, I'm not going to get world record here, but like, because it's just not fast enough. Just not fast enough, right? As right this second. I should. That's. Why are you playing music? I hate it when that happens. All right. Let me just check. Because I mean, this is only gonna be a short stream anyway, like 2 hours, but. What is the record for this? Yeah, so like, you're looking at like 9:26, which I can't get 9:26 because that's a thing. But 12:46 though is like my current time, and 11:10 is like the least thing. That's interesting. So I'm very much behind. All right, we can keep going because I mean I'm still looking at what's. Still need to figure out why. What's happening with this? The ambush setup could still go faster, I think. Just remembering what to do. Everything else seemed fine. We even got a paralysis on the second fight, Mad Dog fight, so that's random. It's not always going to happen like that. I think I need to figure out what stuff I can mash through instead of skipping, because that might make sense. Alright, let's keep going. 3, 2, 1. Something that didn't save. Don't know why they didn't reset. Oh, I think I know why. Never mind. I think I know why. Yeah. So the only thing I think I need to improve on is the ambush setup. And figure out why ODO is thing. So I might try to do Hollow Point. We'll try and do Hollow Point for. We'll try and do Hollow Point when we move down, as a just in case, because that seems to actually make a difference. That might actually make a difference. Because nothing we can do about Gatling Barrage. If we get hit with Gatling Barrage, like if Sunday gets hit with Gatling Barrage, it's perfectly fine. But if you know, because I think the problem that I had before was I was hitting the rocks alongside Odio. But because we're only hitting Odio, all the hits are going towards him. So it's just a matter of time, I guess. Alright, let's keep going. 3, 2, 1, go. See how far we can go before we, I want to go at least 2 hours. That's what I usually do. Plus there's still things that I need to figure out with, this. That was not set? Oh, right. It wasn't set on there because of the, It was like, it wasn't set on, thing because of... This should still be able to kill, I think. Because I closed the game down. Alright, that still works. Yeah. Lost a little bit of time there because of the animation, probably. And having to move. There should not be a lot of time save here outside of just being faster. Like, I know where to find all the items, I think that's fine. The biggest thing is gonna be where I can mash text and where I can... where I have to skip text. So I think these ones I have to... thing, but I think the mariachi band is... But now I'm just... Yeah. These ones can be mashed. I forgot about you. Keep forgetting about this character. Okay, so I think the mariachi band characters can be button mashed through. I'm not sure how many of the other ones can. Doesn't matter if I get Billy. I can get Billy on the way back. Just gotta remember to talk to Billy as well. Second crate, and then gun. So I guess we'll find out now if there's like anything that I can really do to try and save time. Outside of not dying in the Yodio fight, but that might also just be RNG. But this is kind of a short chapter, it's only like 10 minutes long. So it's very similar to the other, like the martial arts chapter. Although not entirely based around fight RNG. This one here we can mash through. Can't skip the cutscene. Gotta remember to grab the slingshot, because I forgot to grab it before. So this will be slightly inaccurate, but it doesn't matter. Okay, time to say that we're ready, and then now we need to. So this should be dynamite. Dynamite, slingshots. Dynamite, slingshot, frying pan. To the barkeep. Get the sheriff back in. Give the sheriff the poster. Annie's back. Talk to Annie, give her the shovel? Shovel? Yeah, shovel. And then Dallas gets the... Oops. Dallas gets the carrot. I'm sorry, the rope. Rope, then carrot. Sheriff is supposed to be back, but he's not. So we give the sheriff the manure, and then Annie's supposed to be back. Give Annie the Annie to do the bonfire, and then that's basically it. So now we just mash through here, keep telling him to pour us a double until the time is up, and then we're done. Just gotta wait for everyone else to come back and say, hey, we're finished now. I think that's where I split for this. Technically that's when it's finished. Yeah, so we saved a lot of time there, just knowing what to do. So I could probably like try this without a. I could probably do this without a guide. Because I don't know how much time I can save after this, assuming that I don't die in the audio fight. I think we can do this without. We can try and do this without a guide. Let's see if I can remember the order. Okay, that's 1. It's 2. It's 3.
Who's that Pokemon?
Just in case. Okay, that's fine. That should be okay now. Yep, there we go. Obviously, by not doing Hollow Point, I could have saved a bit of time, but I wasn't sure which character he was going to target. I assumed he was going to target Sundown, but it wouldn't have mattered. We would have saved a little bit of time, but that's basically like. hour or more. Like, I don't think this beats the lowest time in the thing. So I'm not going to be able to get this on the leaderboard or anything because of how that went, considering how much time we saved. Like, there we lost time. The reason we're losing time here is because we got we got paralysis. If you get a paralysis on Mad Dog, he can't do an attack, which means there's no counter, which means that you can just go straight into a second attack and win. So you're naturally just going to lose 10 seconds if you don't get the paralysis, but it's random, so... even with that extra 10 seconds, there's nothing that can be done. It's just the way things go. Yeah, so I don't think that I can get... I think I said the highest time, the lowest time on the thing was like, what was it? Yeah, 11:10. I don't know if I have 40 seconds, like, that's the thing. I don't know if we lost 10 seconds in that last section just because of Bad Dog's, like, no paralysis. But it's like, even with that, like, my ambush setup was pretty good. I remembered everything from, like, and also no audio death, and the only part, I can't see saving 40 seconds on, like, let's just theoretically say, I saved 10 seconds on getting paralysis on both, that's 20 seconds. And I don't see how using Hollow Point would have cost me... using Hollow Point when I did wouldn't have cost me, because if I didn't use Hollow Point, he would have then got his animation off for... He would have got his animation off for Gatling Barrage, and that would have cost even more time versus how much it costs to use Hollow Point, so... I can't see how I would save, like, 48 seconds on that. When I'm looking at, like, you would need to have both paralyses to save 10 seconds on each fight, Mad Dog fight. And my movement was good, and the ambush setup was better, it was probably more consistent than what I was doing beforehand as well, so it's... I can definitely, like... I don't know how much more I can improve on this particular... why does it keep doing this? I hate it when it plays videos. Especially when I haven't paused. But yeah. That's basically like... Well... There's nothing else that I feel like I can improve on this run, but I don't want to go... I'm trying to think, like, we already have done... Seriously, I don't go less than an hour. For game stuff, I always go at least 2 hours, because it's like, it takes me so long to set up everything, so it's like, I don't want to go less than an hour. Like, the reaction, like, so, I never go less than an hour. With the reaction videos, I can go at least an hour, because it doesn't take nearly as long to set up. And game-related stuff, I usually always try to go at least 2. That, like, smashes my older time as well, because, like, I'm at 12 minutes. It's like, although I think it changes for any percent. No, does it change for any percent? I can't remember. I guess we'll have to check. Should also make sure I reset my... Okay, so I don't know how much faster I can go with this. I don't like going less than an hour, so I'm going to keep going till 2 hours. Yeah, if it was a reaction video, I usually go, like, again, normal gameplay stuff, at least 2 hours. reaction videos, they have to be at least an hour long or higher, which allows me to be able to make something for that. That's fine. Speedrun stuff, I go until I've either finished all the attempts I can possibly do in that time, or if the run is really long, I don't do another one. Because I know that I can't commit to doing that. And then like speedrun stuff, not just like Mario stuff and other things like those, fine. So I think I just keep doing this until we'll keep playing this until we like reach the 2-hour mark, and then I'll stop. So 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see if I can do this without a guide, but I'm not sure how much else I can really save time on. Like 40 seconds is a lot of... Can't see 40 seconds. Or 48 seconds, that's a lot. Okay, so like we're gonna save time here just because of like that happening, but you don't normally get that. Thank you for the lurk, Chris. I'll probably only be going for about another hour or so, just because I feel like I've gone as far as I can for the time being. Like that was just completely random. I can't. Every match isn't gonna go like that, but enjoy your luck. Doing some grub before you turn in for the night? Ooh. What are you cooking up? Wanted to test the dialogue skipping here, but considering I've got 10 seconds ahead, I'd rather not. Forgot to talk to Billy again, it's fine. Don't need to worry about it. So I think the strategy with Odio is supposed to be, if you know he's about to start charging up Gatling Barrage, then do Hollow Point. If he's not, then you just let it be. I think with the implication that you have a turn priority advantage over them. Like, if that makes like a not really a turn priority advantage, but like a what am I doing? Just taking out some cereal. I mean, that's good. That's cereal is filling. Cereal's filling, and hopefully it'll help out. Hopefully you get better soon. So you didn't sound off when you were streaming earlier, so... Although I guess it is hard to know without, like, knowing what's... Let's see if I can do this without, let's see if I can do this without, oh, near the end you felt sick. Yeah, that might have been a good point to stop then, at least. That's, maybe you stopped at the right time then. Alright, let's, see if I can remember. Dynamite. Slingshot. Slingshot. Frying pan. No, we don't want you to set a trap. We want you to do this. Wait till the sheriff comes back. Wait till the sheriff comes back. We want the, poster. And he comes back. The light just went out. Not out, but the... Unfortunate. Any we want to give the shovel to. Yeah, this now makes sense. Dallas gets the rope. Dallas gets the rope. And Clint gets the carrot. And then it doesn't matter who gets what here, because they both work. So just give whoever you want. Maybe that's what I should do. If I know that it... Great, my stream just froze. So that's what happens to me. Every now and then it tells me, oh, the encoding overloaded, even though I've been using the same settings for my streams that I did when I was using Twitch Studio, and it only happens on OBS. I don't know why. That's what happens. So this might be a little bit slower just because of that. I can't explain why that happens with my settings. I've been told I can reduce my encoding settings down, but also I don't get the reason for doing that when I already like have the settings as they were. Like, it doesn't make any sense as to why it doesn't do that. Okay. It's a little bit faster, and I did remember what to do, so, I can definitely do that off the top of my head. Maybe I should show everyone what it looks like when the, because, when you slay all the traps, right, you get a sequence that shows, like, what happens to all the enemies. In the other version, I've seen what it looks like. I've seen what it looks like on the original game's version. If you don't kill any enemies, the entire screen is full with enemies. And it just seems like it would be impossible. So 1. It's not great. 2, 3. that's slower, but, like... Oh, we're losing all of our time. Yeah, all those moves. All those extra moves. Terrible. Because he did a bugle charge and he did, like, 3, you know, that was, yeah. Nothing that I could do there. He opened up with a bugle charge. He took forever to come to where we were. As I was moving, he did a flaming cocktail. When I was down in that area, he also did a, you know, he also did a flaming cocktail. So yeah, just all those extra moves, all that time saved just gone. All that time saved just gone because of randomness. What did I lose? Like 30 seconds. Lost 30 seconds in the fight, and I didn't even get a thing. You gonna head off for the night? No problem, Chris. Have a good rest. Hope you get better. And we got 3-hit thing. Hope that you have a good rest. Get better. Hope that you feel better tomorrow. Yeah, 2 misses there, and I think this was a terrible. Yeah, terrible match. Absolute garbage. Garbage ending. Okay. Yeah, so aiming for about a 12 minute, or 11. Aiming for around like 11.5 minutes is probably the best. Planet Zoo stream tomorrow? Okay, that should be good. I'm glad that you and Odd met, because I was mentioning, when I was mentioning to you about the, I mentioned to you about people who play Planet Zoo. Odd, Tenajiro, that was in your chat earlier, they play, I believe they're playing Zoo Tycoon at the moment. They do a lot of Zoo Tycoon streams. I think they're planning on doing Planet Zoo at some point. That was the person I was referring to, that I know who plays those games. There's probably a few others as well, but that's the main one that I remember. Because they're also trying to get to affiliate as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother about saving that. So I hope the zoo streams go well. Yeah, you've spoken to him on his stream. Tuesday's usually your Planet Zoo day, but Monday I can make an exception. I mean, it's up to... It's your channel, so your schedule, you can do whatever you want. Like, you're affiliated now, you don't have to worry about grinding, you don't have to worry about an average. You can stream whatever you want, whenever you want, however long you want. The next step after that is just incredibly long, and most people aren't ever going to reach it, but... you know, you gotta believe, right? Gotta aim high. Yeah. As I was saying, like, the Mad Dog fights, I saved 10 seconds because of the paralysis. If I can get that on both fights, that's like 20 seconds. Because you're not saving any time on the bar fight thing. The ambush setup is only going to be a couple of seconds if you just get better with the mashing. And then, obviously, the Odio fight here went terrible. We did, yeah, Odio fight was terrible. That ended up being, Monday's a COD day, but you haven't been feeling for it for a while. Been hooked on Phasmo, Palwood, and Tiny Tina. Yeah. I mean, collabs definitely work, like, as well. And doing all that, like, having a schedule is good as well. I just don't play a lot of multiplayer games. Like, what is my schedule? My schedule is basically, if I had to plan a schedule, Mondays I'm alternating between speedruns and Marvel Rivals. Once I run out of speedruns to play, it'll be Marvel Rivals each week. Tuesday through Friday is like my main game, which currently is the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, which I've just started yesterday. So pretty much Tuesday through Friday will be me playing those. If I finish the game before then I will play Marvel Rivals or speedrun stuff. Saturdays is always my stream. Saturday is always a stream that I do with my sister, which we usually play Mario Party. We're gonna play Mario Kart next week. Mario Kart next week, because she's really good at Mario Kart. I'm going to put a tally up for wins and losses to see how well I do with that. And then there's a few other games I want to play with her. And then Sunday is, if I'm able to stream, it's usually only going to ever be games that I'm playing during the week. Because usually I can't do anything else. Because my sister uses... This setup here, where I'm sitting, is on my sister's art tablet. And so my setup is for PlayStation stuff. This setup is for Switch games. And so that's basically the plan. And then the only other time stuff goes outside of that plan is if there's a reaction video I need to do for a conference, or if someone was like, hey, did you want to play X game? And then I'm like, okay, well, I can fit that in as long as I have enough time to prepare myself. So I kind of have a schedule, but I never really stick to it. Like, that's basically the plan. At least to have a proper balance, because Marvel Rivals is good because it takes so much. I played it once for like 6 hours and I loved it. I'm not a big multiplayer player at all with any games, and Marvel Rivals is the first game in like years, and I mean, I would say like years. It's the first game since like... I mean, I liked Overwatch, but I never played it. I like watching people play Overwatch, but it's like, it feels like a much better version of Overwatch. And in terms of me playing games, I would say I think it's like the best multiplayer game that I've played since like the Batman Arkham Origins multiplayer, the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood multiplayer, like that era, which is like PS3. I've been so out of tune with online games. I love playing as the Punisher. I'm gonna try and not. I'm gonna try and change things up. I'm gonna try and play as Punisher for most of the time. If I can't play as them, it'll be either Captain America, or Cloak and Dagger, maybe. Just because those seem like they're easier to understand. Yeah, I've had a few people say that they wanted to do Marvel, and I have a few other streamers that play Marvel too. I mean, my main's a Punisher, and I'm gonna try Cap and Cloak and Dagger, but Punisher would be my main. I seem to play that's just the character that calls to me more, because all I have to do is just point and shoot and put my turret down and know where to go, and then make sure I use my ultimate at a good point. And smoke grenades. Cap is bad. I disagree. If you've got Cap and Thor on your team, their team up is probably the most powerful team up in the entire game. You've just got to know when to. With Cap, you've got to know when to rush in and when to back out, more so. Like, you need to... If you've got a Thor on your team, though, like, Thor and Cap's team-up is probably the best team-up in the game. You have to, you've got to play Cap correctly. It's a lot of up-close and personal kind of things, but you have to know when to do that. You don't always want to do it, but you know... I wouldn't say he's the worst character in the game. Worst character in the game is Black Widow. It's not even close. Black Widow is the worst character in the game. Her fully charged move, headshotted, doesn't even kill like the squishiest characters, so she's easily the worst. And then and everything else that she does, other characters do better, and they are just better to play. So she just gets outclassed in that regard. I'm not saying that someone can't play good Black Widow, but like you would if you could play other characters and just be in general better than her. But I think it's how you play Cap. Like I can see why people would say Captain America is bad, but I think once people get to know how to use it correctly, then it's probably like good. Because I had a friend, my friend is Diamond, heading towards Grandmaster, and they've been playing a lot of Marvel Rivals, and they suggested that Cap would actually be a good choice for what I would play. And I want to have one of each role, so Punisher for DPS, Cap for tank, and Cloak and Dagger for support. That at least gives me a good starting point to be like, okay, I have 3 choices between what I can play, and I can be more diverse. If the team needed a DPS or a support, I can just swap to that and give that a go and see if it works out. But for the most part, I wouldn't say that there were any like truly bad characters. Gotta get some sleep. I don't have Phasmo. Yeah, I don't have Phasmo. I've seen it though. I think. Oh right, I didn't that. Oh, so that was what happened. The group that you were playing with was oh that was Phasmo. I didn't realize. I know some people who play Phasmo, but I'm not sure how often they play it. I don't think it's free, is it? I can't remember if Phasmo is free. Let me check. I don't think it is. Nah, it's paid.
Who's that Pokemon?
I don't have Phasmo then. Yeah, it's all good. You don't have to worry about talking about it. I think you just need to yeah. It's like I said before. This is your year, so I think moving past that is the most. Let me just put it this way: you got your affiliate not because of that of any of that. You got the affiliate without that, so now it's just a matter of moving past that. Welcome in, Germany. Hope that you're doing well today. We're about to do some more speedruns for a bit. I'll play for about like another 40 minutes or so. Can't really improve much else on this. Yeah, just for this run here specifically is 12 minutes. Some of them are up to 40. Longest run is like 40 something minutes. But the cool thing is like each chapter is you're looking at around like 12 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes to like 40 minutes. So you got eight different characters plus the final one. So I can't really improve much on this one, but because it is random. I mean, you know what? Would anyone like to see the because this is a fun little chapter, and you know I don't have to do a serious run for this, but there is a scene that plays out very similar to the Magnificent Seven. If you've watched that movie, where basically the townspeople set traps to stop all the bad cowboys from invading their town, and there is a cutscene in this game that shows that shows all of that. And if I want to show you all what the cutscene looks like. Because, I mean, I don't have to do a serious run, but I can just do this without timing it for now. I mean, let me do this without the timer, because it doesn't really need to be a run. But I'm doing pretty well today. Like, tomorrow through Friday will be all Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster, though. So that will be, that's the plan. To play that until thing. Unless other things come up. Let's do a run without a timer, because I'm going to show off the cutscene. You have to wait about, like, 10 minutes or so, but it shouldn't take me, like, that, you know, too long. Well, I'll show off the cutscene that plays when the, you get to watch all of the enemies, bar the boss, get destroyed by random objects. Goes by fairly quickly, but it's a pretty fun scene that they did. We'll do a couple more runs and then I'll like end stream early. I'm happy that I get to catch more of your streams though, Germany, in recent times. Have a good night, Chris. You're just getting up from bed? Oh, yeah. And meanwhile, it's like midday for me. It's like 11:30 in the morning. But yeah, this isn't gonna be a serious run. I want to get to the cutscene. By the time you fell asleep, it was 8:30. I mean, you told me it was like around that point when you finished stream. This might actually be a good idea to check to see which ones I can mash through. So that one we can't. You we can. You we can't. You we can't. You we can't. So the only one so far is like the character. Billy can as well. So purple haired guy and then all the mariachis. Okay. So the only ones that I can match through, essentially the mariachi guys and then the three of these. Yeah, I remember. I mean, I don't mind. I was there the whole like 5 hours, so that's it was a fun time. It was a fun time for sure. Because usually I see you on earlier and you go later, but then this time you went like way late. Which I didn't mind, because I get to watch. You were decently drunk by the end, though? It didn't seem like it. It didn't seem like it. Maybe I just haven't been around enough drunk people to know what the difference is, but... It was a chill time. Like, it was basically, you know, like... Not a lot of other people were watching, but it was like, it was a chill time. And the good thing is that when you the good thing with the last stream is that you weren't sure about how Rivals would stream, and basically the whole entire time that you played Rivals, there was no like graphical problems with the stream. There was no audio problems with the stream, like for the game either. So, everything was working, and that's what happened with me as well. I wasn't sure if I would be able to stream it, and it does work. I can stream that. Let's get to the... Yes. So it's just good to know that things are it's good to know that stuff works. Which at least means that it's better than the way you were. It's better than the new place. Better than the old place, at least for the connection-wise. It's gonna mean that your streams are a lot more consistent. Alright. Just gotta do the little mashing thing here. Let's see, I'll play the scene for everyone if I can get it up. That should be everything, I think. Pretty certain I already did the... Got this thing shot. Dynamite. So, dynamite slingshot for the kid. You, it doesn't matter which one we do, I think. So do this. This is where we get drunk, basically, until the sheriff comes back. Give her the poster. She comes back. We give her the next. We give her the shovel. Give you the rope. And give you the carrots. And then now we do this, wait for them to come back, and basically just drink at the bar until everyone returns. What we give them here doesn't matter. Then we'll get to see the Magnificent Seven cutscene play out. Alright, drink at the bar until we just keep pouring doubles for us, and then until we until the time passes. This is in Japanese, but it shouldn't matter because it's it's a cutscene that plays for the. Gotta make sure I don't skip it. You're gonna like the last run as well. The last run, we have an item that does 999 damage to everything, so we kill the boss in like 4 hits. Let me just make sure that this is the... Is it this scene? No, it's not this one. Okay, this one here. Here you go. So you get to see all the enemies get, horse eats the carrot, frying pan gets thrown at them with a slingshot, there's a bottled fire. There's the poster there is, distracting them. Yeah, I've never actually seen this one. With the poster, because the poster is a new adjustment now, so yeah, everyone gets basically bombarded with, still not over though. So it's impossible to have it so that Odio gets killed, but everybody else dies from all the different explosions, dynamite, bottled fire, a shovel, a slingshot, horse manure, the poster distraction, the rope. It's impossible to kill the final boss with any of the traps, as far as I've found. But it's a nice little tribute to the Magnificent Seven, if you've ever seen that movie. And then we wreck the boss. Or sometimes the boss wrecks us with the Gatling gun. Yes, he has a Gatling gun that he holds in his hand. Actually moving the way he's supposed to. Why is it always when I do a run of this that I have a better time when I'm not even trying to do it? I don't like that. Why? It's basically what you want to happen, except the, you know, no deaths. Or less moves. And it is possible to have less moves, but sometimes you'll do like 3-4 moves. That's basically the run, obviously without the playing of the cutscene. Nice, like, quick 11-12 minute run. He went first. Interesting. Usually he does not go first.
Who's that Pokemon?
Follow up with like a slower fight, because usually he doesn't go first. I could probably do like another 1 or 2 runs of this and then we'll call it. Just because I don't think there's much else that I can really improve on with this. And I was able to do it without notes, so that's the goal for me, is trying to remember everything without. I can't save the 40 minutes that I would have. It shouldn't remember the time. That's it. That's the. Obviously, like, next run is going to be like 40 minutes long, which. There's a lot more that happens there, but at least it's still. Fun and interesting. Yeah, we'll probably do a couple more runs and then I'll end stream, because, I would keep going if I felt like I could, get further time save, but I don't think I will. This should be okay. Let's do a couple more. We don't want to save. We'll do a couple more and then we'll, so, I'm looking at the time now. It's like, well, it takes about 12 minutes to do a run. That's not what I wanted. But yeah, the boss track that plays when you fight the main bosses, that's actually the inspiration behind the some of the one of the Undertale themes, because Toby Fox, who made Undertale, got a lot of ideas for it from this game. The boss fight track, and namely the Edo Japan chapter, in the Edo Japan chapter, you're able to you can play the game with 100 kills. You can kill everything. You can go through the entire section without killing anything, and also you can like do a neutral version as well. So thanks to this game coming out in what, 94, I think the original game came out. That's the inspiration behind Undertale, one of the biggest games in I guess you would say it's one of the biggest games in history. At least maybe in terms of popularity, not necessarily in terms of money making, because I think the game was... I probably don't think it was. I think a lot of people played it, but not a lot of copies were sold. I don't know. It seems like it's a popular title, but... I played it once, and I'm like, I liked it, but it was... if someone told me, like... I would not... I don't think Undertale would make my top, like, 10... I don't even think it would make a top... I'm not even sure if it would make a top 20 RPGs for me. I don't think that it would. I don't think it would make a top 20. It would definitely make a top 10, and I would... It would be questionable if it would make top 15. I don't think I don't think it's as good as people say that it is. And I think a lot of the reasons... if you go into the game without knowing about the pacifist genocide route system, I don't think it's as fun. And I think another part of the problem is like the fan base. It almost feels like you can't play the game the way that you would want to, because someone would always be like, oh, well, why don't you like, you know, why don't you do you know, why don't you play via this route? And it's like like my initial intention to play Undertale was actually as a I would have played it like a normal RPG, but I decided to play it like pacifist, and I didn't enjoy it as much. I don't think. I definitely think that it's overrated. It's not a bad game, but it's not... I remember, Game FAQs, I think, did a best games of all time poll, and at that time, it was like polls for the public, right? So obviously it's not as credible, but there was like Reddit stuff. They were going around on Reddit, and basically like all they wanted to do was have Undertale win the best game of all time, and how is that legitimate? Like, how is that legitimate at all? Just having like a bunch of fans just going on there and just being like, let's just vote for it because it's Undertale. It's like, not because it actually should win. I think it got to the final two between Undertale and Ocarina of Time. And I think Ocarina of Time might have beat it, but the fact that Undertale even got there in the first place baffles me. It's definitely not the best game of all time. I can at least see why people would argue Ocarina of Time. I personally wouldn't say it's the best game of all time, but I can see why someone would say, oh, Ocarina of Time should be in the conversation for the best game of all time. It's not for me, though, but... Undertale? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was an annoying period of time. It was. Yeah, definitely don't disagree. I just don't think... I didn't see it. Yeah. I think the best way to play like, honestly, if someone asked me, would you play Undertale, I would tell them yes, play it, but don't play it in a public domain. Like, don't play it in a public domain, play it on your own and play it the way that you want to play it. Go into it with no knowledge and just play it the way that you want to, because someone's going to, like, complain about how you know, things that you do, and it's like, you know, let me play the game that I want, the way that I want to play it. Worse than CSGO and League communities somehow. I mean, it's bad. It's definitely bad. It's not like they make it sound like the game is the greatest of all time. It's not even close. It's like I said, it's a good game. I could not name like. I can name probably like 20 RPGs that are better than. And when I say 20 RPGs, I mean I can name probably 20 RPGs from a single franchise that are better than it. Like, I don't think it's as bad now because it's died down. It's died down since then, but it was pretty bad. If someone sat me down and said, name 20 RPGs that are better than Undertale, I probably could do it. And that's not even counting RPGs from like multiple franchises, like from the same franchise. It's interesting. Usually the sheriff is supposed to be back by then. I think when the game first came out, it was... I don't like the whole must-play thing, if you get what I'm saying. When someone says, oh, this game is a must-play, I never understood that. That always kind of annoyed me. Why am I doing this? I should be doing this first. Like, I don't think must-play works the same way. Like, you could say, like, in the sense of, like in your situation, right? When you told me... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you told me... When I told you I hadn't played Dragon Quest XI, and then you mentioned about, like... you know, oh, I recommend Dragon Quest XI, it's a must-play. You were recommending that to me not in the sense of... in general, like, oh, it's a must-play. You were saying, oh, I know that you like RPGs. And... if you like RPGs and you haven't played this one, then I recommend this. But I would not put Undertale in that conversation. Because I don't look at it as saying, like, just because popular YouTubers play a game, that doesn't mean that it's, like, good. Like, I will argue till the end of time, the Five Nights at Freddy's games are terrible. I hate them. Like, they're just, they're not good. They're not good games. And the only reason that they're popular is because popular streamers and YouTubers play them. Not because the games are good, but because they get views. And it's like, it's not... those games are not good. It was also from personal experience from the game too. You wouldn't recommend Undertale? Yeah. I didn't have a bad experience with the game. It would not be a gateway RPG, if that makes sense. If someone had never played an RPG before and they asked me for recommendations, I would never say Undertale to start with. I don't think that that's a good comparison. I think it's a gateway drug to Rule 34. I mean, there's a lot of, like, I never thought of Undertale for Rule 34. Whenever I think Rule 34, I think Pokemon immediately. I also forgot to split, it doesn't matter. I always think of Pokemon for some reason when it comes to that. I just think of, like, a lot of other games when it comes to... I think it just gets it's like annoying in some ways with I think the Undertale characters are a bit annoying. And they're overrated, I would say as well. Like I don't care. I think that some of the stuff's overrated. Like for sure some of the stuff's overrated in that game. It's not even a question. That's you know what, no, we wanna whoops, that's not supposed to be like that. Never mind, he recorded it. I just can't. I don't think I could recommend Undertale. It's very hard to recommend Undertale for someone to play. Like, my sister likes it, and I get why, and it's thing. But I tried it, and it's like it's probably not for me. Probably not for me. And I played it once, and I just was like, well, I don't need to play this another time to see the other endings. In reality, you would recommend it, but that would be after seeing... Yeah, that's the other thing as well. It's like, if you saw the person didn't like certain... Yeah. It's definitely not the first thing I would recommend. I guess it depends on the... even, like, stylistically. It's not even, like, that type of game that I would recommend, you know, like, that type of game, I guess. Like, for what it is. Like, a pixelated, bird's eye RPG, you know, bird's eye view RPG kind of thing. That wouldn't be what I would consider as like that. That would not be what I would play. Recommend coming to mind.
Pokemon?
It also depends on the type of play style thing as well. I think something like this is something that is a good recommendation for a newcomer to RPGs, because you don't get like a main party until the very, very last level, but you get to play 8 different scenarios, and you can take it as far as or as little as you want. And you get 8 different scenarios. And so if you get bored of like one scenario, you can just switch to another one, and they all play differently. I think this is a good recommendation. I also should have been skipping this, but it's fine. I'm not worried about the time. We'll do one more run and then I'll probably like end stream. I think this is a good choice for, like, if I had to say like HD 2D era games, I think out of all of them, like this, Triangle Strategy, Octopath Traveler, Pixar Remasters. Actually no, even I don't know. I haven't played the Dragon Quest HD remakes yet. Because that could very well be an option, but I think Dragon Quest 11 is a good choice. Because I looked at what I was doing, right? I sunk 200 hours into a Dragon Quest game that I'd never played before, but you can easily cut that in half and just do the main story and still be satisfied. And then that doesn't even count all the extra stuff. Like I love Dragon Quest 11. It's, yeah, definitely a top-tier game. It doesn't do... It doesn't excel at certain things. that games that I would put higher than it does, but it does everything consistently well. And I think that's why it works. It's almost as good as Final Fantasy 13. No. No. Just no. 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 No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. If I had to compare it to a Final Fantasy game, I would compare it to 6. But it's not as good as 6. Because it has the same sort of concept. But I think 6 executes them better. And we're gonna find that out when we get to 6 Pixel Remaster. Alright, last run of the day. Now that I gotta cleanse before I go and like get my brain bleached after hearing the that is slander against Dragon Quest XI. To compare it to Final Fantasy 13, that is slander. Your Twitch completely crashed after that statement? I don't blame it. Like, even Twitch accepts that, it's not, that's not good. Let me ask you this about Final Fantasy 13 though, like an actual general question. Why do you think Final Fantasy 13 hasn't been ported to other, to PC yet? Like an actual in general question, do you think there's a reason why the 13 trilogy has not been made elsewhere? Like why they haven't decided to port it? Like I'm actually genuinely surprised that like they have not. Because it's one of those games that's stuck on the PS3. It's like Metal Gear Solid 4. Like there's rumors that we're gonna be getting another like Metal Gear Solid 4 on in the next Master Collection, but It actually does surprise me a bit that, like, the games have their fans, and I know that they weren't all well received, but you would think that you would want to put, you would think you would want it to be elsewhere. Like, because I can't play any of the 13 games on, I think, because my PS3 is just gone, but... I have thought about, like, should I... Yeah, so what you're saying is, it was a polarizing game, because how well did it sell? That's the other thing as well. Obviously, if the sales were terrible. If it was terrible sales, I guess I could understand, because that's Square Enix are just gung-ho about, like, oh, if a game doesn't sell to Square Enix's standards, then it's not good, which... It's another reason to not like Square Enix, is, they have a lot of they have a lot of good games, but it's like, oh, you didn't meet the Square Enix sales standards, we're not going to make any more of you. Which I just hate that. It's like you know, as a person who's not making any money off of your games, who just wants to play them, like, I want to play games that are good, and, you know, just, it's really stupid. Because I'm sure that, like, if they announced Final Fantasy 13 Trilogy for PC, I reckon people would buy it and play it. Like, I think as time has gone on, more people are willing to accept 13 because I've seen what else has come. And I think you can look at 13 and say that there are things that 13 does that aided in future games being good, so maybe newer people who like the games, like because obviously you've got 14's influence, you've got 16's influence, people like those games, but there's stuff from 13 that's in those games. Even 15 has its followers and fans. So I reckon that if they ever did a trilogy re-release, there's a chance that there'll be a new generation of fans. Because if you keep in mind, there are a lot of people who played 13 and that was their first Final Fantasy, and that might be why there's like even though I don't necessarily agree with, you know, the thing, but that could very well be a good idea. They should just they could give that a try. I'm not sure if they will, but you know, you've got Lightning is like the most OP protagonist in the series, and all three games are stuck on that era. Because even if I don't necessarily like it, it doesn't mean that other people don't deserve to play it. I mean, look at this as well. Final Fantasy 13 still holds up graphically. Despite being a PS3 era game, if you played that today, I don't think people would be able to tell you that it wasn't. It still didn't look. Doesn't look magnificent. And then if you upscale that, it's still gonna look. And I think, yeah, I think the combat in some ways, like, that would upset, like, that might also be why a lot of people liked it as well, because, it's a different combat system to what you would expect. Because everybody starts at at a different, you know, point in the series. Like, there are a lot of people that want Final Fantasy to be turn-based again, but I don't necessarily agree, because you don't need it to be turn-based all the time. You know, I think the main reason why they want turn-based return though is because you're seeing a lot of other games that are good, that are being turn-based as well. Like, I can see the good in the game, but it's just not for me. But I also don't want it to be stuck on the PS3, because then eventually it's just not going to... And I don't think it's popular enough. I don't think that it's popular enough to get a remake, because let's say that they remade... Because obviously once Final Fantasy VII is remade, they're going to do another one, I would assume. I don't think 13 is high on their priority list to be remade. It's about time for another turn-based one. I think turn-based would work, I just don't know if they will be able to do it as good as some of the new games. If they're doing 9 next, I will be happy. I've not played 9, and if they remake it, that would be good. I still want to play the original, but, you know, I would be down for a 9 remake. If they were going to do a 6 remake, I would want them to do a HD 2D remake. I don't want them to do a Final Fantasy 7-esque remake. I just don't think it will work. A HD 2D remake I will be happy with for 6. I don't want it to take that long. I don't want them to compromise on the quality of 6 by cutting content out. I want them to do it justice. Honestly, I would be down for a Octopath Traveler-esque Final Fantasy. I think that would work. I think that would work. I think I would be happy with that. 8 would be good as well, because 8 has a great story. You know, great characters. Most people don't have are iffy on the combat, but I mean, if you're going to do a remake similar to 7, that gets rid of that out the window. You can have the combat be like 7, and still have the draw system and still have a few other things, but just do it in a different perspective. That could work for 8. Plus Triple Triad. If you're gonna bring Triple Triad in, I will play Triple Triad for hours on end. I love that game. That actually went perfectly. No attacks. No attacks, just movement. There you go. So we can save like 15 seconds on this boss fight if he does no attacks. But that usually never happens. But yeah, I think 8 with the 7 treatment would actually work. A lot of the problems would go away with the battling system. And you've already done it with Kingdom Hearts. We have Leon and stuff fighting, so you have you know that you can do it.
Who's that Pokemon?
You think it's still gonna be... I think 9 makes the most sense. Because it still gives you the traditional, like, Final Fantasy feel with the story. And it also... You're gonna be mad if it's not? I mean, I wouldn't be mad if it was 8. Eight makes the most sense with changing, like... I would be more... Okay, I would be more mad for... I would be the opposite. I would be more mad if it was, if it was 6. And I love 6, but... I would be more mad if it was 6 that was chosen over some of the other ones, because I don't think it will work. I honestly don't think that it will work. The same way that 7 Remake does. It should be... I would not complain about 9, though, because I haven't played 9. But I'm generally saying this as a fan of 6. I don't want the FF7 Remake Rebirth treatment with 6. I don't think it works the same way. Because you're already... Look at how many characters there are in 7 Remake, and you can't even play as Vincent. Look at how many characters are playable in 6. There's like 12, well, actually no, there's more than that. Isn't there like 14? Isn't there like 14 playable characters in 6? I can't remember off the top of my head. There's a lot. There's a lot more than what there is in... There's almost double the amount that there is in 7. From what I can remember. And there's no way that they're gonna make... You haven't played 6 yet? Yeah, okay. Granted, you have the Pixel Remaster. I haven't played 1 through 5 yet, so I'm playing the Pixel Remasters. But hey, I'm gonna do 6 when we get to that as well, so... You haven't played 6 yet, though? I highly recommend 6 if you can get around to it. Obviously, you've got the... Whenever you get the Pixel Remasters, you know, I will, you know... If you intend to get the Pixel Remasters at some point and play those on stream, I will 100% watch those. If I'm not, like, already streaming myself and stuff, but... I will for sure, like... We're all just bamboo. No! Okay, I love 10 and 10-2. I don't think I need a remake of those. I don't think they just need to be remade. I think 9. I think the PS1 games deserve the remakes more, because the problems with 10 aren't going to be solved by remaking it. The problems with 10 aren't going to be solved by remaking 10 into a Final Fantasy VII remake situation, I don't think. And you gotta consider how much time these games take to make. Like, these games take a long-ass time to... to make. And I think a more grounded approach like 9 or 8 makes more sense than something like 10, which already has 2... That's the other thing as well. You've got 10 and 10-2. They made 2 games for that already. At least with 9 is the only game... 9 is by itself. 8 is by itself. 7 has multiple things in it, but 7 did it because it's popular. Like, you can't deny why they did why they did it with 7. 7 sold the most. It's one of the most influential games of all time. One of the most important RPGs in history of RPGs. Its popularity is like, it makes a ton of money. All the spin-offs, that's why they made it with 8. You can't. No other Final Fantasy captures that like 7 does. There are better games than 7, but you can't deny that, like, the importance of Final Fantasy 7. It is the most important, like, Final Fantasy game. That's why it got there. But it's like, now that we're done with that, it's like now that we know the potential of what 7 Remake can be, I think we need to do something that actually deserves it. And so that's why I'm thinking that it has to be 8 or 9. Preferably 9, I think, more so. But I could see 8 because of the battle system. But I feel like 9 is more beloved than 8. See, the thing is that 8 is a polarizing game, but it's polarizing mostly because of the combat. 9 is not polarizing. I think most people who've played 9 like playing 9. The biggest problem with 9 that I remember was the near the end. I personally didn't like the way that they did it with thing, but I think 9 would work. I think 8, 9, you could even try 10, but I don't think 10 needs it as much as... Because we know what 10 looks like as a, with the 3D models and stuff. We don't know what 9 and 8 look like with the 3D models. Like, that's the one thing, it's like, we don't know. We don't know what these games look like when they're fully, made into something that they weren't before. So it's like I think that's the best. I think that's the best options. The only other things you could try is doing anything before 6, but I think those are probably too, like, Final Fantasy 1 is too simplistic. I can already tell you right now it's too simplistic. And then all the other games, like, I haven't played them yet to really know if they could properly do them, but, I think 8 will fix the battle problems, 9 story and stuff, like, I would agree. I would agree. I think 9 has, I think 9 makes the most sense. 9 and 8 and potentially 10. Because everything else is either too new or too old to a point where I don't think that they have as much content in them. And I haven't played the rest of them yet. And 6 I just don't want them to do, just because I know that they're going to reduce on quality for characters and other things. They're going to neglect certain things. But yeah, that's the run. Obviously, like, both Mad Dog fights, if you get paralysis on them, you can save like 10 seconds each, but that doesn't always happen. The Odio fight, that was basically what you want to happen. Pass all your turns, go 3 spaces and then down, and then just do the jitterbugs until you get that. That's really the only option. I would say it's the only option. 8 or 9 it has to be. You can't do anything past 12 past, because that's not going to work. 1 through 5 I don't think have enough content in them to justify a remake, nor are they as popular enough. And I think the PS1 trilogy. Yeah, 14 is basically a better version of 11. 12 already has a remaster. 13 I don't think is popular. I don't think that they're going to do it. 15 no, because it's way too recent. 16 is too recent. And yeah, 1 through 5 might not work. So I think it has to be the PS1 trilogy, 7, 8, and 9. And I think 9 gets more 8 gets more preference if they fix the battle system, because I think most people didn't like the battle system. 9 seems like the better choice because it's more popular and it's less divisive and it's got a good story, good characters, you know, and would make more sense. You could do one of the side stories. Yeah. You know what could work? Tactics. Do you reckon Tactics would work? As a obviously it's a turn-based, it's a strategy game, more like a strategy thing, but I reckon Final Fantasy Tactics. Final Fantasy Tactics could work. That game has a dark story, and a lot of, as well. Like, I think Tactics could work, but I don't necessarily think that they would remake it like they would 7. Because I think that's what they're going to do as their next big project. Kingdom Hearts 4 should be the next project after Final Fantasy 7 Retire comes out. Yeah, I love Tactica. Tactica is fun. But I would also argue that Tactica is the weakest of the, it's the weakest of the Persona 5 games that I've played. It doesn't have the same impact for me. Even Strikers has, like, Strikers is fantastic. Tactica I don't think works as well, but it still was very fun to play. But yeah, also, I was able to do the ambush stuff without setup, so it's just a matter of mashing through certain things, and it's like I could definitely potentially improve. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, they're looking at what will sell well, which is why 7 got it. So they're thinking the only stuff I could consider selling well would be 8, 9, and maybe 10. But it just depends, because if they can improve 8's battling system, it definitely would work. 9, I think, is the most sellable of the 3, and then 10 I feel like we've already seen, so it has to be, if you're giving me a choice, 9 first, 8 second, then like maybe 10 third, and then 6 fourth. But when I say I want 6 done, I don't want it to be done, it needs to be HD 2D, I don't want it to be a full remake. But if 10 already has a HD remaster, yeah, so I would say 9 and then 8. But I wouldn't complain about both. I would say, I liked 8, so I haven't played 9, so that would give me a chance to play 9 sooner. And 8 I adore, so, yeah, so I think that's the best choices. But yeah, that is the run for this finished. Obviously the stream's over with as well. Tomorrow through Friday, we will play Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster until I finish that. Next game will be decided whenever we do that as well. Saturday will be Mario Kart Party, hopefully the last time. Sunday will probably be me setting stuff up. Monday, I'll be back to Marvel Rivals. And then Tuesday through Friday, hopefully the next Final Fantasy game. We'll just wait and see. It depends. It could even be on Sunday again. We'll just we'll see how that plays out. Those are the plans, though. Because I get the feeling I might be able to finish the Pixel Remaster sometime this week. Yeah, Saturday Mario Party for the last time, and then Sunday could be set up. I might do a couple more speedruns. Once I finish all my speedrun stuff, I might just do Rivals on days that I'm doing other things. So that I have some content going, because I do want to get back into Rivals. I need to, I've decided, Punisher, Cap, and Cloak and Dagger I'll probably try as, those, just to get started with at least using each 3 types of characters, and then once I get more comfortable with some of them, I'll start experimenting a bit more. Obviously we've got the season 2's coming up. Well, season 1, I guess I would say, because technically this is 0. I want to try and get into ranked. I want to try and... We'll see how the DLC characters go as well. But yeah, there might be more streams of that coming up this week. More speedruns. Obviously the Pixel Remaster stuff will happen with this week from tomorrow. And Mario Party. Next week's Mario... the stream after that, I lost a bet. I finished a pause in like 20 minutes and Allison beat me in like... She did it in like 3 minutes, and I was like, you know what, like... I'm gonna get thrashed in Mario Kart by you, so I decided we're gonna dump the Pikachu onesie for Mario Kart on stream, and yeah, that's the plan. I don't really know what else I want to talk about right now. They messed up a lot of mechanics in 12 Remaster. I can't comment because I haven't played 12 or 12 Remaster. I thought that it was the opposite. I thought that they improved a lot of stuff in 12 Remaster, but because Zodiac Age gets pretty well received. But I guess I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I think I'll do my usual outro, and then we'll raid someone out, and then we'll I probably won't be back today. I'll probably continue get back into Pixel Remasters tomorrow. They messed around with quite a few. Yeah, maybe. I mean, there were some things I didn't like what I saw when you were playing the remaster of 12, but I mean, I can kind of get used to that anyway. But yeah, with all that being said, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Every like, comment, subscription, review on this video gets closer to monetization. Some more content feel episode content on my system to find. I upload all my past players of Let's Plays and Let's Play to the YouTube channel. Also, you can find my games list for all the games that we've played on stream thus far, all in the playlist, all the DLCs, upcoming games, games that can be put into the poll for the next channel point redeem. Obviously, they're already there too. I'm doing a little bit different this year. This year, I guess, well, actually, for the foreseeable future, this, all my games are going to be determined by everybody else. So we've already got the first 6, Pixel Remasters set for those. Obviously, the next lot of games will come with that. You'll get a notification when I on YouTube. Also, more Plat Play Past games we have the Trophy for, as well as a switching things up segment of games on Switch. Triangle Strategy Experience, Octopath Traveler, Gadara Experience, and Pokemon Nuzlocke, so I'm continuing those. The Live notes are done. 2 more to go. Just got the Middle Ages chapter and the Dominion of Hate chapter. Which, the Dominion of Hate chapter is going to be fun because we have, Dominion of Hate chapter is going to be real fun because we have, a chance to, use the OP weapon that does, like, 999 damage. Twilight Age Japan chapters for Pacifist Genocide Route as well. The Octopath Traveler individual levels, which I'm currently, like, a bit stuck on. I'm trying to fix up the notes for those. The, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee speedrun, Super RPG Remix, and the Dragon Quest 11 speedrun. I also need to work on those as well. Also, there's a few other things too. Follow us on Twitch. 70 subscribers. I'll be doing Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster speedrun. Also, the channel point redemptions. I've decided for this year, and I guess for the foreseeable future, Since we're doing the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters, instead of me just waiting until we get to the end of the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters to decide what the next game is, I've decided, let's pick which game we play after each Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster. So once I finish Final Fantasy 1 Pixel Remaster, the game choices are between Mario & Luigi Brothership, Ace Attorney Investigation Collection, and Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. Those are the three choices. If you want to see more Final Fantasy games, we can play more Final Fantasies right after we finish that one, if that one wins. Then, once we finish Final Fantasy 2 Pixel Remaster, we'll have another choice between the three games, and so on and so forth until we finish all 6 Pixel Remasters, and we'll have a good idea about what we're going to play for the remainder of the year. Going forward for that. So that is the plan. 1 through 6 Pixel Remasters, for those, and then after that we'll have in between which games you can vote on and which games to pick from there as well. Also, channel point sub badges and channel point emotes as well. Also, ad-free viewing, or you can choose to get Twitch Turbo, ad block, or anything else if you want to choose that as well. Also, you'll get a notification of when I go live watching on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter to be notified when I go live. Which I'm in Discord. I will send you an invite to my friends' Discord server, close to 2,000 members to growing strong. Gamers as well. I'm very active there, and you'll also get a notification of when I go live as well. And finally, to know who create my stream overlay that I use more future content going forward, you can find a link down below in the description for that as well. So, as always, before we head off, let's see if there's anyone online that can raid right now. If anyone has any raid requests that they would like me to make, I will do so. However, or we'll just see who's online at the moment. I don't know if Germany's streaming right now. Oh! Oh. Oh. You just started streaming. But you started streaming that. I was going to raid Serrata, because they're doing Rivals right now, and that was the only person who was online. But now I feel like since you're in the chat, and you're probably going to recommend yourself for the raid, I think we have to we have to raid you, right? Oh no. Oh no. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. I see how it is. That's what we're gonna do. Nope. I'm sorry, it's that's where we're going. I hate Final Fantasy 13 with a passion. Let's go and hate it all together, everyone. Thank you everyone for watching. And with all that being said, have a good rest of the day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you on the next stream if I am able to survive Final Fantasy 13. We're doing this now. We've committed. I'm sorry, this is what we're doing. Bad mistakes have been made.